going to capture, hopefully, the camera will move to me. I don't think it is right now, though. There we go. So, I'm Daniel Fox, the creator of Zweihander Growing Perilous. With me are Adam.
Hi, guys.
And Nick.
Hey.
You don't need to look at the camera over there. You can just look direct over here and start talking.
Maybe I can.
That's right.
I don't know.
So, we're actually testing something new tonight. We're testing what's called the Meeting Owl. We picked this up on Amazon just randomly to see how well it would work. So first off, it's driven by AI, so it has a number of cameras. So whoever's talking, like Nick, go ahead and talk.
Mr. Al, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Adam, will you tell?
1, 2,
Who? And look, we're all in frame now. So what it does is the Meeting Owl will automatically move back and forth between speakers. It'll eventually stop focusing. We don't know why when it stops focusing. I don't know if it's related to sound and movement or motion. Not really clear, but we're kind of looking at different options for video. And unfortunately, our table is a 4x8 table, so it's not really conducive for hanging cameras. We tried a lot of different things tonight by hanging. Oh, we'll put it here and we'll put it there and we'll put it in the middle of the table, and you're trying to push him off frame.
I'm pushing Adam off the frame. See? Is it working? No.
Quit making me laugh.
There we go.
Damn it! Hey, there's Adam.
Backfired.
Well, hey, it still worked. One thing you're probably seeing too at the very top, which is up here, boop boop, all the way to the top. Everybody lift up. You can see a full panorama of our entire messy basement, where we game with Christmas shit still stacked over here, and it's July, because it's how we roll. But you can see an entire panorama of the room. We kind of envision once all the players are sitting at the table, you should be able to see everybody, and it will switch back and forth depending on the speaker, which is kind of interesting. Now, one caveat about the Meeting Owl we've already discovered is that it's in 720p, and it's only 30 frames per second, which is kind of disappointing. However, this does answer for some of the things we want to solve for, which is having a more intimate experience at our game table. Right now, the way it works currently for Queen of Embers, and I know you all can't see it, but way back there, probably in the panorama, you can see there's a laptop. And Adam's going to point at it right now. You can see him moving through the frame up there. He's over here. He's over here. He's over here.
I'm right here.
There's a laptop right there and a bunch of shit stacked up, and that's where our camera normally goes. So you kind of get a bird's eye view of everybody around the table, but you just don't get an intimate experience. We're thinking this may be interesting to test. We want to hear from you all. What do you think of the Meeting Owl? Do you think we should use this for our around the game table, play? Knowing that we're already 40 episodes into Queen of Embers, switching to a new format may be a little jarring, but I'm hoping that this video will help. Who? What?
Who?
Oh! The tough thing is going to be for us in practice is to stop looking at the monitor and to look at one another.
I'm just too curious to see that if I'm coming in frame or not.
I know.
And you guys have seen the right side of my head, which you're used to seeing the left side of my head.
I like being able to focus on the top of the owl, and everyone, I just assume everyone looks like I'm looking at the camera, right? If you look at the screen.
Yeah, that's a good trick.
Yeah.
What's cool about that too is I like the fact that you don't have these cameras pointing at our faces. It's very soft, and I know you all can't see it, but
unobtrusive.
That's right. But what I'm going to do right now with my phone is I can actually take control of the camera, and I can lock in wherever I want. So if I want to look strictly at Nick, we can do that. If I want to look at Adam, what's up, Adam?
Hi.
Or we can just my mug right here. Oh, and the Wheel of Corruption. So, we're going to redo it at the end of the game session to determine how many chaos rings people get. But I'll go back to autofocus. So this will actually allow us to kind of switch back and forth. But yeah, you can manually control it with your phone, which is kind of neat. It's got a lot of cool features. The only problem with it is that it's 720p and 30 frames per second. But at least you get a more personal experience on our game table, and you can see how messy our basement is.
That's right. So the question is, would you rather lose a little bit of visual fidelity in order to see us in this format where you could see our facial expressions a little bit better, maybe see if me getting a shield broken, or maybe an ear sliced off is gonna upset me, or if I laugh about it. It's usually a little bit of both at the same time.
Yeah, I think you kind of miss out on like the nuance, right, of seeing people's faces when bad things happen.
Yeah.
Especially all the goofy facial Easter eggs I do every
Oh yeah.
session.
Nick has a very animated face.
I like it when Mike sings, because then it will like point toward Mike and he'll, oh, I'm hooked on a feeling. He'll do whatever he does, you know.
Yeah.
So the question is, for our viewers out there, is using the meeting owl. Would this be interesting to watch our Queen of Embers game sessions with? We'll probably throw a vote out there on Twitter and YouTube. Would love to hear from you all. Obviously, particularly for our patrons, but more so for the general public. I think we really want to find a solution that doesn't require a lot of heavy labor or lifting. And we know already from our testing that we can't use these amazing 4K 60 frame per second cameras with the current table setup we have. And this beautiful table is not going anywhere anytime soon. It's the Zweihander branded table.
Yeah. That would be a shame.
It would be a damn shame.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing also, too, is that we know one thing we are talking about as well is if we decide to move forward with the meeting owl, we will set up a camera that points down. So we can fix basically I can go back and I can manually fix this in place. And I can overlay the grid for the figures in the bottom of the table. So we'll have one camera pointed down as we kind of role play out the combat. The great thing is up here at the panorama, you'll still see all the players. You'll see still everybody. You'll still be able to see our faces. You'll be able to see everything that's going on around us. It just won't be focused on us. It'll be focused on the figures in the game table. So let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you on it.
I'll be watching you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Every step you take.
Yes.
I will be watching you.
I will be watching you.
Yeah. Oh.
I will review you make.
Man, that's.
LV bond you break? I just sound like a drunk person.
I was like, what?
I will be watching you. Okay, so thank you all. Please leave comments below. We want to hear from you. Seriously, this is so important to us. As we record games.
Do you also want to see maybe a little bit more of a test drive, like maybe in a one shot to see what an actual gameplay is like? Is that important enough, or is this enough to help you decide that? That I'd be curious.
I agree.
I think just seeing 3 people around the table is not quite as good as like a full 7 or 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
Because sure, it looks great right now, but there's only 3 of us.
That's right.
When shit's moving all over the place.
Well, the good thing is, and I'm going to demonstrate this before we wrap up. Let's pretend that I was actually sitting by Nick. So, ta-da! I'm over by Nick right now. So the camera, if it functions as it's intended, it should focus on both of us at the same time. Wow. Oh my goodness!
How it do?
That's right. And look, oh my God! Now we're getting really dizzy. That's the other drawback is like when a lot of people are talking, the panels may switch back and forth. But you know what? That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just like it's like a lot of Michael Bay films that are constantly like camera 1, camera 2, camera 5, camera 7, camera 2. It's like, what is going on? I'm just kidding. It's not a good thing. But we'll see what it looks like in play, obviously, with a lot of people.
Maybe fans of the Brady Bunch might like it.
Yeah. I would agree with that. The cool thing is, though, too, is like, here, look at me. Like, if we were just like chatting like this, our viewers can see that. Our viewers can see that. And we're just kind of like, hey,
it's more natural just together instead of like discrete spots for a camera spot for each person.
I agree because it's what. Yeah, absolutely.
So, what is the stare down like? Like, if we're having a moment to where Tara
across the table,
Tara and Warren are just not really seeing eye to eye.
Well, you both need to talk at the same time to lock that in.
Eye to eye.
Eye to eye.
I guess you'd have to look at the panorama for that.
I guess you would.
Huh.
Now we're just getting crazy. Okay, for real. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to turn this off. You can probably see me wandering around in this basement. So
yeah,
we'll talk soon, y'all.
Yeah, let us know what y'all think.
Yow.
Yow. Happy gaming.